Hey there, and welcome. So today, we're going to be stocking up your English grammar toolbox. We're going to master the exact language you need to explain why you do things. Your purpose, your goal, your reason for it all. By the end of this, you'll have a fantastic set of tools to make everything you say way clearer and more precise.
So let's just jump right in with a big question. Why are you learning English? Is it to get a better job? Or maybe for traveling? Or so that you can talk to new people from all over the world? Whatever your reason is, the way you answer that question is exactly what we're getting into today.
Okay, let's do this. Expressing your purpose is really just about connecting an action to its reason. It's that why that gives meaning to the what. And honestly, getting this right is just so fundamental for clear, effective communication in English. And this isn't just for small talk. Just look at how a huge global organization like UNESCO states its goals. Every single point you see here is a purpose statement. They act to achieve education, so as to reduce poverty, and for building peace. This is the language of big intentions. So where do we even start? Well, we start with the most common, the most essential tools in our whole toolbox, infinitive phrases. Think of these as your go-to tools, the ones you'll use for most situations when you need to explain what you're trying to do. Now take a look at this. You'll notice these three tools, to, in order to, and so as to, they all work in pretty much the exact same way. You just take the phrase and pop a verb right after it. The main difference, as you can see in that last column, is just how formal they sound. Simple to is the one you'll use constantly. Let's see an example. She gets up early. Okay, but why? What's her purpose? In order to be on time for school. See? That phrase, in order to, creates this really clear, kind of formal link between what she does and what she wants to achieve. And here's the most common version in action. Amin got a part-time job. For what reason? Simple. To save some money. It's direct, it's clear, it's perfect. This is the one you're going to hear and use all the time. Perfect. So we know how to say what we want to do, but what if your purpose is actually to avoid something? This is where our negative purpose tools come into play. Let's check out how they work. And you know what? It is surprisingly easy. To turn these phrases negative, you just add one tiny little word, not. That's it. So in order to becomes in order not to. So as to becomes so as not to. The structure is exactly the same. So simple. For instance, they get up early. What are they trying to avoid here? So as not to be late for work. Their action, getting up early, is all about preventing something bad from happening. In this case, being late. It's a really precise and powerful little tool. All right, moving on. Our next tool, so that, is kind of a super tool. It's incredibly useful, but it does require a slightly different sentence structure. It's not just a phrase plus a verb. This one introduces a whole new clause. Here's the formula right here. After so that, you absolutely need a subject, like I, he, we, or the team, and then you follow it with a modal verb, like can, could, or would. This structure lets you get really specific about who gets to do something and what possibility it creates. Let's break this one down, okay? The action is he got a visa, and the purpose, so that he can study in the USA. You see the formula? We've got so that plus our subject he plus the modal verb can. It just clicks into place perfectly. All right, on to the last major tool in the box, the preposition for. Now, you got to be a little careful with this one. Unlike the other tools we've looked at, you can't just use for with a simple verb. Nope. It's got its own special rules. So here's the crucial thing to remember. You only use for to talk about purpose when it's followed by one of two things. It's either a noun, like I went out for a coffee, or it's a gerund. That's the ing form of a verb, like this knife is for cutting. And here is a perfect example of that second rule. What is the purpose of mind mapping? Well, it's for revising lessons. Revising is our gerund, the ing verb. It's so important to remember you can't say for revise lessons. It has to be for revising. Okay, theory time is over. You've seen the tools, you get the rules. Now it's time to, get your hands dirty and actually build something. Let's run through a couple of quick exercises just to make sure all this stuff really sticks. All right, here's the first one. How would you fill in that blank? The goal here is to avoid making mistakes. So, what phrase should go in there? I'll give you a second to think about it. And the answer is so as not to. You also could have used in order not to, because the purpose is a negative one. We want to prevent mistakes. We need one of our negative phrases. Awesome job if you got that right. Let's try one more. The action is the teacher uses a video projector. The purpose, she wants to explain the lesson well. So how can you combine those two ideas into one nice, fluid sentence using in order to? And there it is. We take the action, the teacher uses a video projector, and we connect it right to the purpose with our tool in order to explain the lesson well. It just sounds so much more efficient and elegant, doesn't it? And that is pretty much it. Your grammar toolbox for expressing purpose is now fully stocked. You've got the basic verb tools like to, the negative tools like so as not to, that super tool, so that, and the specialist tool for. You are totally ready to explain the why behind everything you do. So I'll leave you with this final thought. You have all the tools, so now it's time to actually use them. Think about your day. What's one thing you're going to do, and what's the purpose behind it? Try to build that sentence in your head right now. Thanks for joining me.